So, whenever he meets a new person, no matter how good he gets, this is how we should introduce him, right? We go out on a walk, we meet on neutral terms. Um, no dog likes somebody to crouch down and stick their or hand in front of their nose. It's like one of the quickest ways we can get bit, and like the most common way people introduce themselves to a dog. Me coming down like this, notice his behavior change. And if I'm to stick my hand out like this, it's a threat, right? Have you ever seen two dogs behave aggressively to each other? They're sticking their neck over the other dog's neck and kind of overlapping. It's like a king of the hill type behavior. They're going to challenge for that space. And when we do that to dogs, they don't perceive our body language. It's different than canine body language. They're like, that's a threat, right? And we'll have to counter condition that. That's something that I will work with him on, so that when he sees it in day-to-day world, if he ever sees it, it's not abnormal to him. He's like, okay, I recognize that human behavior, right? I have to teach him human body language and also teach him to navigate his own emotions and, say, we're going to box this off. Red space, green space is like red light, green light for behavior. Red space, I need you to engage in something different. It's not inherently bad, but we're not going to do that. Green space, you're neutral or doing the right thing that I asked. This is green space. Here you can receive rewards on a variant reward cycle or continuously. Depends on what it is. He may never be a dog that wants a bunch of strangers hugging on his neck. Some people have these expectations.
I think that was my wife's, where it's like, oh, we're gonna have this dog that can protect the house and be this cuddly, and I was like, like the two are...
They're not necessarily synonymous.
Right.
Sometimes they are.
Okay.
That comes down to like finding very, like, think of it like very fine wine or fine cheese. That's genetic, right? You got to have the right genetic makeup. It's a computer program, right? The right code to run both of these things and have the, right exposure and training and learning its nature and nurture, right? We know that these 10,000 people are cool, and only when this one weird person comes in through the window at 3 a.m., like, that's wrong, right? And I'm going to bite the mess out of him. But these kids can run around, grandma on the CPAP machine. That's not a scary thing. And that comes from constant exposure and, again, genetics. We've got some dogs that are like that, and we have 60 hours of driving invested into like the acquisition of these dogs to work in that manner. I've got other dogs like Red. He's the male that we were just watching. He's cool enough to come spit a ball at you, but he doesn't want to be pet. And not all those dogs will be social with other people, but the people that he loves, he's going to love. The people that he loves, he's going to love, right? Red knows he's not supposed to go and bite somebody, so he can be out in a group, but that took, and same for some of our other dogs, that took us like training and then a year plus of management to where we could, like, we know you're, like, you've seen this 1,000 times, right? And we know you're cool. And so I'm going to put in a very good system with him, and you guys got to go home and apply it and have like a rigorous structure. And that's how you will find success. I know you're far away. I'm going to try and live stream with them 5 days a week, even just 10 minutes a day of live streaming. I've got to get my setup. My camera should be here this week, and then I can have like a nice high quality 4K live stream. And I'll demo all my type of handling and what I want you to do. Have you ever done Tai Chi?
I haven't done it. I've done yoga.
Yoga, Tai Chi, any type of like energy manipulation. I want you to mirror the way that I'm handling a leash without a dog on the other end. Because we'll get a couple sessions, but they're going to be spaced out, and your lessons are not limited with me, and we're working on getting closer. Are you closer to Atlanta than you are here?
No.
Okay. We will get lessons together, but I will also want to see you guys and Skype and other like live videos so that I know that we're going to handle the same way. You picked it up super quickly. Your corrections, great. And then I want to make sure that we're going to handle our e-collar in the same way. But a lot of people default to correcting their dogs, right? And that's fine. They feel like that behavior is wrong. But if we can catch a fraction of a second to where we can divert the attention and reward, like we'd rather do that, right? So imagine another walker comes by and we see that he's going to get stressed. I have chicken or I've got his kibble. I'm going to make him work for his food here. So we're going to make the food more valuable to him. You'll be able to utilize it as a tool. The moment I see that person coming, I'm going kibble the nose, right? So we're correlating, again, counter conditioning, correlating positive to that person entering our plane of existence, right? We are now aware that person exists, and because that person exists, you're getting paychecks. You're getting paychecks for remaining neutral. You're getting paychecks for your obedience. We're using it as like a start to queuing obedience sessions and utilizing that for rewards. Anybody with reactive dogs should do that in this manner, and then we've set hard boundaries. We went to slip collar, vibrating collar. E-collar comes in if we, like your stim, comes in if you truly need it. I would rather use constant vibrations. However, if you see that he's gonna beeline after somebody, we're off leash, we've blown through our vibration because we're habituated to it, we gotta pop a stim, right? We need something where he's like, ouch, that sucked, I don't wanna do that, right? And a stim anywhere from 20 to 45, 50, doesn't even feel like a bee sting.
Right.
55 plus feels like you got stung by something. But again, if we go in and we see that person, we're popping stems, we're just gonna make it like an amped up wild beast.
Yeah, for sure.
We want him to get his cheese and his chicken and his kibble because we've seen that person and he's like, oh, I'm gonna downstay because I know I'm getting paid. We're so bomb-proof in the environment because we know, anything around us, it doesn't affect us. It's not about me, right? Right here, this is about us. But them coming by, that's not about me. Hey, what's up? Come on. Good boy. Come on. What's up, buddy? And so I'm gonna need a little bit longer of a touch, friendly pet. And so we'll wait here. When somebody meets him, he's not going to want to be touched on the head. And everybody and their grandma wants to pet dogs on their head, get in their face. That's wrong. How many strangers do we go up in public, grab them by the face, and we're not in Italy.
Yeah, right.
You know what? A friendly touch on the shoulders, cool. Like, that's way less threatening. Right now, good boy. So check out, you see the little quiver? So in that, I gave him his space that he asked for, and I'm gonna let him come up and sniff me in a non-threatening manner, but I'm looking for a point where I can just lay my palm on his back. Rather than a brush, accidental touch, this was an intentional, friendly greeting.
Gotcha.
Right? And this is my first, actual hello. I think, and tell me your wife's name again. D told me he was great at the vet.
Right.
I think the moment that y'all walk out the door, he's fine.
Yeah.
Y'all are his point of confidence. He's making these decisions, right? And I'm going to give you the system to correct them. And that's why handing off the leash in the manner that we did works. Because not only has it happened and he lived, right? The leash is handed off. He went under some stress. A shot is stressful, right? It's stressful to me. I don't like getting shots.
Right.
It's not bad and we need it, but it's stressful. But we survived. Come on. Good boy. See these dogs? They're big, strong dogs too. Where'd you go? So if I had given him the respect to wait after he kind of bucked at me right there, I mean, once he turned away, I immediately pet him. His behavior worked. What I'm doing here is teaching him learned helplessness, right? Learned helplessness is your aggressive is not effective in this situation. Anytime you choose it, it's not going to get the result that you wanted. Look, you behaved aggressively, now you're on the leash with me, right? It led to something that you didn't want initially, and now I've got to change his mind to realize that, like, he's going to have a great time. I want to show him the best time in his life, but he's got to box his behaviors in. That's this program, right? You're going to have a good time. We're going to show you how to live your life in a better way. And when he comes to this level of awareness, you have a new dog. I'm trying to change his awareness and not teach him sit down, come stay, heel. Obviously, those are part of it. Those are very important to have those well understood and to be very good at it. But when I show you, look at this world you can have when you behave this way, and he understands that, we've communicated that, we've got a true and genuine behavioral change.